Hi, this is Sifu Kuttel and welcome to Tai Chi Connection, the series where we look at the movements between the movements. Okay, so today we're going to be focusing on moving from a cloud hands position to a repulse monkey position. And we're going to be focusing on keeping the elbows down and understanding where our weight distribution is going to be. So let's get to work. Okay, so the first thing we're going to start with is our cloud hands position. Now, I'm going to start with my left hand up and right hand down. You're welcome to change it so you can have your right hand up, left hand down, or you can follow along as well, the same as me, left hand up, right hand down. I'm going to bring it across. Now, one of the things that I really want you to pay attention to as we work on this, especially the transition, is to keep your elbows down. This is one of the important elements in Tai Chi, as well as martial arts in general. You don't want to have your elbows up and out, and you never want to lock them out completely. So when we can relax the arm and let the elbow bend downward, this is when we have the best connection. This is where I connect my hip to my strike, okay? So from here, don't let the elbow come out sideways. We're gonna let the elbow be downward. Now, the other arm that's down, there's no need to bend the hand up to point the elbow down. It's already downward in a relaxed position. You just wanna make sure that it's always slightly bent, okay? Now, once I bring my hands across to the other side, I'm going to simply turn my palms. And then I wanna turn my shoulders as I extend forward. The extension happens from turning my waist. It's not so much that I'm going to try to push and then turn. This is going to be a turn of my shoulder that brings this hand more forward. This is a ward-off position. It's not necessarily that I'm going to start repulse monkey. If I was going to do that, I would have to drop my hand back and then finish the full technique. So when we end up just pressing here, this is similar to when we do a ward-off position and we extend out, okay? So I bring my hands across, turn the palm, and then I'm going to turn my waist. Again, making sure that this elbow is bent and downward, all right? Those are the key elements that we want to look at. Now, let's go into the footwork. From here, I'm going to start from third line stance, and as I bring my hands across. Now, the important thing is shifting your weight, so we're looking at weight distribution as well. We may as well start from our balanced position so we get used to this. I step out to the side, toes touching down, then the heel, and then the shift. As I finish my cloud hands, my weight is going to shift over towards my left leg. This will allow me to easily lift my right leg. If you feel like you have to push up and off, that means your weight distribution is more 50-50, and we don't want that, okay? So again, I'm gonna step. Once that heel touches down, come across, shift my weight over as I turn the body here with the cloud hands. And then I'm going to raise the heel up, step back, and then shift back to my back hip as I press forward in our last ward-off position. Once those palms finish the rotation, I should be in my set back position, repulse monkey stance, with the hands out and ward off, okay? Now here's really what's important, especially when we do our weight distribution. When you step back, if I step back too far, I'm going to slide my front foot, and that's not what we want here. When you step back, you want to already be in position that you have a good repulse monkey position here. Now, we always think about legs when we think about weight distribution, but a lot of it comes from where our upper body is positioned. So once I'm here, if I tilt my body backwards, if my mind is thinking back, my weight distribution is going to be too far back, and this is not what we want. If somebody steps and presses my palm right here, I have to move back. I'm going to stumble back. What we want is a nice solid position, as if we connected with somebody, maybe as a block here, and then we wanted to maintain their position where they're at, as well as making distance. So now I can move in if I need to, okay? So that's one of the things we want to look at in the footwork. That also brings me to really what an important concept here. Once I finish this position, I don't want to stay forward with my upper body. I don't want to leave with my upper body. I want to think of connecting. So as you practice, think of it as if once you're here, your hand is touching a wall. And then once those palms turn around, your hand is still touching that wall. Even though the body moves back, my hand is keeping that wall at that same position. I'm using it to gauge my position, okay? And that's really what's important here. Make it mechanical at first. Bring your hands across, turn the palms, make sure the weight distribution is there, step back, and then double check. And this will help when later on you smooth it out. Ideally, you want a nice step across, hands come across, rotation, and then press to happen all together. But you won't remember those details of keeping your elbows down and making sure that your weight distribution is in the correct position unless you break it down and make it a little more mechanical. Later on, smooth it out. All right, so there you have it. When you're working on this, it's nice to actually start working very mechanical in the beginning to make sure that everything is in the proper place, and then start slowly smoothing it out over time. If you try to just make it look smooth, you're not gonna have a chance to really focus on the fundamentals. So take the time, focus on those two main things we talked about, and you'll really get this section down. This will help you with a lot of other sections in Tai Chi as well. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. And let me know what you think about this series. We're just starting it out, so we're gonna do a couple more episodes, and maybe it'll evolve over time to fit more of what you're looking for in your Tai Chi training. Until next time, this is Sifu Kuttel.
Bam! Fist with a faux hawk.